Good morning, I'm Louise Michelle Bomber and I'm a specialist therapist, teacher and a published author in the area of trauma recovery for children and young people. And I'm here on the sofa every Wednesday at 10:30 to try and support adoptive parents, foster carers and kinship carers through this extraordinary season that we're all in right now. And what we do is we focus on regulation and relationship. So today for regulation, we're going to think about gardening. And don't worry if you don't have a garden, because I'm going to be talking about what we can do indoors as well as outdoors. But I just want to really inspire you to plant something. Plant whatever you can. It is so therapeutic to work the land. And I just want to kind of show off, if that's okay, if I may, because look at this. I've got 3 spider plants like this that are just really kind of doing so well indoors, and I am really not green-fingered at all, so I have no idea why this is happening, but I have them on my windowsill, and look, these are what I plant out into little pots, and I'm going to just show you one. I have got 10 of these. They are doing so well, and they're really easy to grow, so even if you're not green-fingered like I'm not, you know, it just shows what you can do. So I would just really encourage you to plant whatever you can. Get it on your windowsills, wherever there's some light, and let's plant. And then we can give these things away as well. How lovely that we could maybe put them on our doorstep, we could put them out on the pavement, we could put them out for people, we could give them as gifts. You know, so it'd be a form of regular relationship as well, won't it? And then we could also just think about what you are eating, fruit and veg, plant the seeds out. Have a look online and see how to best grow straight from fruit and vegetables. But I know that the garden centres are so busy right now, there are queues outside of them, so let's just use what we've got, you know, fruit and vegetables, and let's try and plant those out with our children. And also you can purchase seeds online, seedlings online that you can plant straight into pots or straight into the ground. And even better if you can find a wild patch, because that will really help our children's regulation needs. We need them digging and weeding and turning over the land and then planting. So it is, honestly, you will see a difference. It is so therapeutic. So please, let's try and get our children, our families, working together and gardening at this time. We at Touchbase, we partner up with Plot 22, a fantastic project just down the road in Hove. And we take our families there for a therapeutic day because we realise how powerful it is and how important it is for us to be close to the land, for us to be working the land. And we see like the real evidence of children who are dysregulated becoming regulated when they're on site with us. Now, we can't go there for a whole day at the moment because of lockdown and all the restrictions, but some of us are actually taking some of our clients there just for an hour, you know, to sit at a social distance to do therapy, because some of our clients are really finding online therapy very difficult right now. We need to maybe get some of what we would normally do indoors outside, and particularly around plants and flowers and trees. You know, it is so therapeutic. So I just want to just encourage you in this. Is there anything you can do to get outside or just to plant, you know, on your windowsill? You know, you don't need masses of spaces. There are so many books written about just planting a little garden in a pot, in a container. You know, we can do so much. So let's think outside the box, so to speak, and just do whatever we can to grow. You know, it's such a shame that I can't see you, because I would love to see, you know, maybe in a week or two, like what you have managed to set up, you know, around your houses, on your windowsills, outside, on the front, on the back, you know, wherever you are. Let's try and be really inventive here and use all kinds of containers as well. Wellies, teapots, mugs, you know, you can plant all kinds of things. So let's get really creative together. Are you up for that? Over this next week, let's try and plant something, whatever that might be. Okay, for connection, for regulation, I've been thinking about the importance of us connecting with ourselves first. And so I don't know whether you do a journal, but I have a journal that I write in. Now, some people can feel a bit uncomfortable with writing too much, so I just want to just set you a little bit of a target. How about thinking how you were doing socially, emotionally, mentally and physically? And if you're spiritual, you can add in the 5th, which is spiritually. So you would just write out for each of those, maybe just a sentence of how you think you're doing in each of those 4 or 5 areas. So socially, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, if you're spiritual. So you can just literally just write a sentence or two if you don't feel comfortable writing, just free writing. And if you can't come up with the words, use a number out of 10 maybe. You know, scale it and just think, how am I doing socially out of 10? You know, 10 is like amazing. You know, so I just want you just to check in with yourself, to connect in with yourself, and encourage your children to do this too. Encourage everyone to do this. You could have a family one, couldn't you? And you could also have an individual one. But I would really encourage you to get something down and get a special book. Make it your own. You know, a special book that you keep just for you, to have a bit of downtime just for you. It's so, so important. Now, it doesn't have to be words, it doesn't have to be numbers. It could be that you draw in there, you doodle, you use colour to express how you're doing right now. But let's just get it down. Let's you know, treasure it, because it's important that we connect in with ourselves. And then let's think about connecting with others. Now, I want to set you another challenge, if that's okay, and I'm going to do it too over this next week. So it'll be interesting to know where mine go. But we're going to be thinking about letters and cards and postcards, okay? So this week, over this next week, I think it'd be really important to get back to traditional ways of communicating, if that's okay. So rather than an email, rather than a text, rather than a WhatsApp message or anything else we might do, Messenger or, you know, you name it, online, we are going to actually get to the traditional. We're going to actually use a notelet and an envelope, and we're going to write a note to somebody and send it in the post, okay? And we're going to also think about a postcard. Now, I collect postcards. It'd be really great if you could start collecting them as well, because I think we're going to need different forms of communication for a season, for quite a while at this time. So I would start collecting cards and notelets and postcards so that you are ready. So who are you going to send your postcard to? Right, I've got 2 here. I've got one that's just like an arty one. I know who I'm sending that one to. And this one is just from somewhere where I've been on holiday. So I try, like I said, I try and collect all kinds of postcards. Then I want you to think of who you could just say hello to in an actual card. So maybe just, you know, buy a card and think about who you're going to send that to, who you just want us to say hello to. Just a hello, how you doing? You don't even have to write that much, but it means so much getting something in the post. It really does, particularly right now. It's so special to be able to be like hold something in your hands. It becomes like a transitional object, you know. It's so, so important. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. And then, final challenge, think of somebody you can say thank you to, okay? Who are you going to say thank you to in your community? Now, I'm talking about the others could be used for friends and family, people you're just starting to get to know. But this one, let's find somebody out in the community who is doing something. So this morning, when I was walking my dog, I saw somebody who was clearing the bins in the parks. And we've got a massive park here called Hove Park, and there are 3 park rangers trying to kind of keep our park looking beautiful. And unfortunately, they're spending a lot of time at the moment clearing bins. And I just went over and talked to one of them, and I was just like, thank you so much for what you're doing. And I'm so sorry that lots of people are just leaving their rubbish everywhere. And he really appreciated that. And I just think, you know, if we can just go around saying thank you to different people who are out and about, clearing our bins particularly, but just anyone that you think, maybe somebody in the supermarket who's serving you, anyone who's out and about playing their part in the community right now, let's say a thank you, let's connect. It's so, so important that we connect with one another, because we're all interconnected. Community is so important right now. So let's encourage each other as a family, and let's do something as a family as well. So just want to leave you with that today. So gardening and letter writing. Let's see if we can do this. I think it's going to make a massive difference for us, for our families, and for our neighbours and our communities at large. So please join me with doing this, and let's see where all of these end up. Hopefully it will make somebody's day. Bye for now, and I will see you next week.